Welcome to Kump. Before we begin, before the content starts, I want to remind you all to smash that subscribe button. Just smash it. I'm sick of you guys not you have to smash. Well, sign up, set notifications, send them to your email address, get phone notifications, smash it. This is where I need a graphic guy. I need to do this. People have been telling me I need to put these fucking call to actions on my videos, on my YouTube videos. We have to fucking this is the new world we live in, all right? It's not enough for you to enjoy this. You need to smash that subscribe button, all right? I know you think it's a click. It's a smash. Feel like a man, all right? Hit it. Hit it like it's your dad telling you that you can't have sex in his bed. He's going to work, and you want to have your girlfriend over who works. You met her at the fucking the Costco, and you helped her carry her jugs of mayonnaise to her car. And she was, she was very weak, fat but weak, a fat but weak woman who you helped carry mayonnaise to her car has agreed to be your girlfriend. And good for you. But your dad doesn't respect you enough to let you have sex with her in his bed. What's the problem? You're at work, Dad. You're at your job where you do, I don't know what you do. You've never really opened up to me. And I don't know what you exactly, it has something to do with, are you an accountant or some kind of insurance actuarial guy? Or is it the same thing? I don't know. I'm too focused on my mayonnaise girlfriend right now, all right? And I want to have sex with her. I want to please her, not just because I got to get off. I've lived long enough with loneliness that I can get myself off pretty damn easily. It's not even a thing anymore. I can come in less than... As long as if you give me all day, if you go to when you go to work, I'm doing it all day. But I can also do it very quickly. I can just crank it. I know which videos to watch, and it's like sometimes you want to smoke pot, and sometimes you want to shoot heroin right into your veins, and I can do either. But it's the loneliness, Dad. It's the loneliness, and this fucking woman who's she's a little older. She's in her 50s. And she's been through the ringer. She's been in marriages that didn't, value her. I want to show her that I value her. I want to please her. I want her to get off. And I want to show her the ways of physical love and mouth fucking. My mouth fucking her, her junk, her gunk, whatever, her pussy. I didn't want to say I felt crude saying pussy, but it's a pussy. We all agree it's a pussy. And there's no reason I can't go down on my mayonnaise girlfriend, Dad. What's the deal? And he won't relent. And so you just want to smash his fucking smug, probably an insurance accountant face. Just fucking smash it like that subscribe button. Go ahead and like while you're at it. Give me a like. Your dad doesn't want you to like me. Your oppressive dad who fucking resents the fact that you live at home doesn't want you to like this podcast. He's against Kump, right? You get that. You understand that he is the obstacle in your life, not me. I'm trying to help you. And I'm trying to give you the tools you need to break through this sexual barrier that your dad's created for you. You need to like and subscribe. I need someone out there who's familiar with graphics, motion graphics, computer graphics to make me a little click icon. I need a click. I need it to be. It's not enough to say subscribe on my content. I need someone to show a diagram in the little corner and a little fucking mouse pointer and a click noise, and then you see subscribe. So I need you, because I don't trust you to know what even that means, to be able to read the word subscribe. Just whatever that symbol is that looks like the word, you don't know what it means. You thought it was some kind of Roman numeral denoting the episode number. No, those are letters and words. and just doesn't. But you see that shape in my new graphic that some computer kid's gonna invent for me. That's what you click. Click it, and that way you get notifications every time I post. Doesn't matter that it's the same time every week. You need to know exactly when. All right, this is very important. This is the new age we live. This is the gig economy. The gig economy. What am I doing? The gig economy. All right. It's not. This is not the old days with Walter Cronkite. How do you say his name? The guy who announced Kennedy was dead. He didn't have to fucking. They had other people shill for him. He would just be like, I'm the guy who fucking. Oh, Henry Kissinger is bombing a child factory, a factory that makes children but also is run by children. That's probably not good, but I'm a pretty objective news guy. And then just go to commercial, and it would be Tide or Dow Chemical or whoever just just forcing you to like absorb their shitty content, which I don't get. You don't have any of that with the new YouTube age. YouTube, you don't get any of these shitty fucking like, oh, you're going to trick me into using soap? Oh, I don't need soap. What do you think, I shit directly into my underpants? No, hot water will suffice, thank you. I don't need your soap, Dow Chemical. I'll just put it in my sink and just, the hot water will make it, it kills germs. You want me to buy soap? And that's we live in a better age now. But you do have to be, the trade-off is that I have to talk to you like you're a rabid dog. You're like some person who was raised by wolves. I mean, they always say raised by wolves. I mean, are the wolves giving the baby meat? Or why aren't the wolves killing the child? This has ever happened. I think it was raised by wolves. The wolves are so dumb. Wolves are pretty smart, I thought. They confuse babies for wolf babies. And then, they play pretty rough, too, don't they? Wouldn't the baby been mauled just in a playful, like the way kittens, play with each other? I don't know. My point is, but that thing is what I have to teach the click. Is there a lack of dignity to it? Maybe, but that's the world we live in now. That's what we're doing, okay? You want to go on, you want to watch a tutorial on YouTube about how to fucking build a carburetor for a car you'll never own. I don't know. There's just people out there just posting very interesting stuff. It's very esoteric and but they still know how to ask you to smash. You gotta smash. It's not enough to click. Because you have to feel empowered. You're choosing Walter Cronkite, Skipperbach. He's not around anymore, and he wouldn't fucking teach you how to build a car. These guys will teach you how to build a car. They'll teach you how to. I mean, they used to probably teach you how to build bombs until they stopped fucking allowing that on YouTube because of the got all corporate, I guess. But you can learn to be an accountant like your dad, and that imagine that you could show up to your dad's probably insurance company, and you're in a cheap suit. It's still your first day. You haven't gotten paid yet, but you stole it from you stole it from a thrift store. Do that, and just so it'll have lice and ticks, and some guy died in it. Who cares? This is fucking guerrilla warfare against your dad. Just show up and say, hey, I went on YouTube and I learned to be an accountant. And all I had to do was be talked to like I'm a goddamn, I don't know what the proper terminology is anymore. Someone who's been, had a fucking screwdriver shoved into the back of his skull. And I did. I smashed and I clicked and now I got the knowledge. It's a trade-off. You can't have dignity and knowledge. You can't have dignity and entertainment. All right? That's not what we're about anymore. We're about just embrace the fact that you're a number. You're a number. This podcast is a number of clicks, number of likes. You're one of them. You're part of the process. All right? You're part of, and you can see it. You didn't know how many people were watching Alf when you watched Alf. You assumed other people did. But now you can see it. You can click it, and the number goes up by 1. I did that. That's all we have anymore. That's all that's left, is to be part of this back and forth thing we call entertainment. It's just chaos. People yelling at each other, screaming about who did what on, I don't even know what they are, Vanderpumps. Which race did the Vanderpumps try to eradicate this week? Which hedge fund did, someone suck off someone from? I don't know. I don't know what happens in Vanderpump. Is it Beverly Hills, California somewhere? I don't know who these people are. I don't keep track. It used to. Is this what I wonder sometimes? Do we give too much credit to the people? Like if the Federal Reserve was the meeting on Jekyll Island that created the Federal Reserve, which is a conspiracy theory, but also it's pretty well documented that these guys got together, and it was all the lieutenants of fucking Rockefeller and Morgan and all these guys, and then like Jacob. I forget I used to name their names. Is it Astor? Jacob Astor? I don't know. Point is, would J.P. Morgan just be fucking getting sucked off by a fucking a guy who a man and woman together, two people who worked at the fucking the Gap, and there's a drama this week. We're worried about how it's ruining our society, but maybe we won't value the rich anymore. It's nice, right? It's a nice thing that everyone's taken down a peg. That you don't have to feel like they have it any better than you, even though they do. The fact that you're watching them is giving them billions of dollars or millions. The billions come from Amazon and things like that, and bullshit stock scams. But the point is, you're part of it. You're a voyeur. You're watching. It's fun. This is you don't need to go to fucking one of these protest sites. You don't need to. But you can just fucking you're already a part of the process by smashing the subscribe button. It's there for you. So if anyone knows how to, I don't know how you make graphics. If you put them into you have to get some kind of Unix system, some kind of COBOL programming language. But I'd love to be able to have a little fucking diagram of a house. And it's just, it really should be. We're getting to a point now where they're going to merge content and GoFundMes. And it's no longer, because it's already debased enough that, like, it's very nice when you see someone getting a GoFundMe that works. It's like, hey, I need this surgery. I'm not covered. And, like, I need, like, $15,000. Like, oh, shit. Like, I don't have 15 grand. Like, this could be me. And then, like, sometimes you see it within a matter of, within a day they get it. And it's like, this is great. This is a great thing. But, there's also a level of debasement. Sometimes, like, hey, like, my kid is, like, his arm is, it's not connected to his body. It's just, it came out separate. And then the doctors, they can put it back on, and it'll work, they said, because he's young. But now they have to show you pictures of their kid whose arm is just, like, here's him and here's his arm, and it looks kind of rotten. I think I'm looking at it going, I don't think you can put that back on. That arm looks like it's fucking, it's like, I used to work in a morgue, we all know this, and, like, I've seen decomposed arms. That arm is green, and the skin is sliming off of it. And, like, I think, did the doctor tell you this? Because I think, you can't just put, what they call necrotic flesh back into the body. It'll spread like gangrene. And they assure me, no, a doctor says, fine, you fat fuck, shut your mouth. You're not helping. If you're not helping, you're hurting. Be part of the solution. So I keep my mouth shut when most of these things come up. I don't critique the tact. I want this kid to have a better arm. I want him to have a functional arm. I don't agree with the tactics per se, but I'm also not on the side. There are people out there who don't want him to have a better arm, who don't want him to be able to play baseball with his daddy. There's creeps out there who want this. I don't want to be aligned with them. And so I just keep my mouth shut because, maybe it'll work. What do I know? Maybe it'll work. Are you seeing an analogy here? Maybe you are. It's not that fucking thickly veiled. Point is, I don't necessarily agree with everything, but I let it happen. I can stop it anyway. But yeah, I'm not going to be the fly in the ointment going, well, how's this going to work? I mean, whatever. Give him 15 grand, see if it works. But the point is, they shouldn't have to ask. They shouldn't have to showcase his rotted arm to the fucking public and go, look at this. Look how disgusting my son's arm is. Look at a piece of shit my son has for an arm. What a raw deal he's been given. Look at him, pathetic. He can't even play baseball with his daddy. I think I love him less than they should. It's hurting my ability to love my son that he can't play baseball with me because I'm a really big baseball fan. Even though it seems like a lame way to interact. No one really seems to like, but I do. I love it. There's nothing better. There's no better way to get to know this thing that, it came out of your wife. Or maybe this thing you adopted. Let's be inclusive. There's no better way to get to know this fucking armless fucking. Ooh, it's rough, but I want to get to know him. But I need to play baseball with them. It's a prerequisite. It's a deal breaker, and you have to fucking just put this on display. No one can have anything to themselves anymore. There's no more dignity. There's no more. The point is not to be like they shouldn't go on GoFundMe. Of course, that's the only option they have. My point is just, why are we in a system where they have to tell you that, they say you're always going to love your kids. But, there's got to be, you see the world and, not everyone does. Maybe I'm one of those people. And you have to admit that. Your deepest, darkest, you can't even just wait for, it to figure itself out. Maybe by the time he's 5, you like him. No, you have to admit right away, look, I know it's new. I know I should give it a shot. But I'm telling you, I'm definitely not going to love this kid if he doesn't have an arm, which is not a good thing to do. That's not. I'm not saying it's it's an objective truth. You shouldn't love your kid. You should love your kid without an arm. But this guy in question really loves baseball. I don't know what to tell you. I can't fix all the world's problems, so he has to go and that's going to be the new model for YouTube. Is that you go because that's the thing. I could make graphics all day. I could have a little robot boy graphic, and he's jumping around and he's distracting you, and I'm trying to talk about geopolitics, and he's just like this weird robot with a dick, and he's just just spewing fluids all over the place, going subscribe, smash me, and like a lot of all these content creators do. But how do I know you're gonna do it? What this should be a thing is I should be able to not give you content until you click it, until you click subscribe. Because God forbid you watch one video. If you watch one video, you might as well not watch any. All right? I need to be able to monetize every aspect of this. Every fucking moment. If you're not paying attention, to my ad read for a chemical pregnancy castration, which I don't know what that means, but I don't have to know. They just give me copy. I go, are you sure this is the right thing? It seems like you're combining two products here. No, it's a chemical pregnancy castration, and I have to read these words, and it's just like, hey, does your wife ever have a baby, but you want the baby to be sterilized, but not her? And I have to pretend like that's common. We've all been in this situation when our wife is fucking pregnant and we want the baby to come out sterile, but you don't. You might want another baby who isn't sterile, so you just want to sterilize the baby. We've all been there. We've all been in that. This is the most common problem ever, and someone's finally given us an answer. And they sell you this product, and it probably is just a jar of those chemicals used to develop pictures. Remember in the movie The Master when Joaquin Phoenix is like one of those old school drunks who's using weird industrial chemicals. Was it like Depression era? I know Depression era. People would just find, when they outlawed booze, they'd find new ways to get drunk. And so they'd use these weird chemicals. And that's what this is. This is just extra. This is the chemicals they use. They stopped making Polaroid film, but there's some component where they still have a surplus of it. So they just say it's going to sterilize a child when you want to. You have to create demand in advertising, right? Anyone can say, hey, here's McDonald's. Look at these fucking hamburgers. Eat one, you fat fuck. Anyone can do that. A true marketer knows how to create demand where it never existed. Edward Bernays, he fucking the father of public relations, who wrote the seminal classic Propaganda. He fucking women aren't smoking cigarettes, so he made some fucking parade for women's suffrage or something, and go and they called them like liberty or like fuck men cigarettes or like matriarchy, some shit. They made a thing, torches, something, freedom torches or some shit. Men don't want them to smoke, and we're simple people. So the point is, he created a demand, which is what this chemical crash. So that's what But if you're not paying attention to that, what good is it? I need you to. So what we need to fuse together is a system where I can, I have a photograph of your child. This is your armless child. This is your armless child. If you want him to have an arm, you're going to need to click that button right now. It'll be I'll be holding a green screen. Because eventually the computers will know everything. What do you think Facebook is, collecting all this data for? So it'll be a cool little template where I'll just YouTube, because I'm part of the creators program, probably, whatever. It's like, this is in the future. It doesn't exist yet, but they'll ship me a little green screen card. And then I'll be able to go and hold it up, and it'll fill in whatever. It'll fill in a picture of your mayonnaise wife or your mayonnaise girlfriend at this point. You haven't, your dad. She might be your wife. Your dad would let you fuck her once in a while, but he hasn't, because you haven't clicked subscribe. You haven't smashed yet, right? So the point is, it needs to be kind of a hostage situation. Now, I'm not saying we threaten the kid, but maybe the algorithm will fuse it with GoFundMe. So I'll hold up a green card, and the programs will automatically find a GoFundMe that this guy is part of, or his wife is part of, his friends, whatever. People you care about. Everyone's got someone they care about, and that's how they can hurt you. That's how they can get to you. It's the people you love. So they find a GoFundMe that you are sympathetic to, and they go, this kid's not getting cured of cancer or armlessness or getting castrated or whatever it is until you smash the subscribe button. Can't get it. And again, the content's not going to start. We're not fucking around here anymore. This is not a fucking free for all. We gave you the free stuff for 15 years. You've been watching YouTube videos for long enough without paying the piper. And now we're getting ours. All right? The content creators, we're not dumb, all right? And we're not playing dumb anymore. And we've got you by the balls, because what are you going to watch? Fucking Brad Pitt just taking a shit on fucking TBS. That's the new show. Is just Brad Pitt takes a shit while he reads a barometer and tells you the fucking air pressure in Cincinnati. That's what they're doing now. They're just giving people a camera. They're shipping them a camera that probably costs $5,000. They're not even giving them it's not even like a film crew. Just ship Brad Pitt a $5,000 camera, which seems like a lot, but really in the production world isn't. And you'll notice the difference right away. It won't look like Fresh Off the Boat, the Eddie Wang sitcom. Is it Wang? I don't know. I'm not trying to mispronounce the name. Eddie Wan. I don't know. Point is, what else is on TV? I don't know. It won't look like Ozark. It won't look like The Kissing Booth, Part 2. Apparently Part 3 is already filmed. I don't know why I know that. I saw a fucking link about kissing. I never watched The Kissing Booth. If I did, there should be a thing where if I do try to watch Kissing Booth, I get put onto some kind of algorithm. And then there's a second one that came out. Oh, there's more movies about teenagers selling kisses. Okay. Look, I don't know. Look, there may be a very lucrative field in teenagers selling kisses. I thought we were trying to stop that. But is the implication that as long as they're selling to other teenagers, that's fine? No, let them sell their kisses to age-appropriate people. But otherwise, this is ghoulish. I thought we were this is not priming them to sell kisses to other, to OnlyFans. Are we priming them to be OnlyFans girls? Which is nothing wrong with that. I'm not trying to sex shame anyone. If you're an appropriate age adult doing sex work, that's fine. Nothing wrong with. I've watched plenty of porn, so watch some porn. From time to time, it's a thing. I mean, everyone. I mean, some people may not be. I mean, we all love to pretend like everyone watches porn. Maybe there's some people out there who don't, and it's like, and we could just not watch it, and we're just being lazy. I mean, it's the kind of thing where like, everyone steals from the children's charity, and like, you just feel good about yourself. It's like everyone lets this kid die of starvation instead of giving him a hamburger. When you're eating a hamburger as a child, I mean, I guess in this scenario, I'm envisioning a situation where a child is on the brink of death inside of a Five Guys, burger joint, and I'm just saying, no, extra pickles and mayonnaise and mustard, and this kid's like looking at me like, oh, let me guess, and I'm like, look, there's peanuts over there. Why aren't you eating the peanuts? And that's a fair question. I mean, like if he's not going to help himself, I don't know. Put them on the GoFundMe, I guess. The point is, I don't, but there's a Kissing Booth 3 on Netflix coming out. So don't worry. If that's something that you need to get through the pandemic, another Kissing Booth movie, it's there for you. It's comforting and it's warm and we're all going to be fine. It's more, look, I'm sure there's a lot of ins and outs of running a Kissing Booth, which I presume is for some kind of high school. We have to buy an extinct animal to be our mascot, because we used to literally just have like humans in servitude as our mascots, and then we realized that's wrong. We realized we're part of the problem. So now we're gonna get this whale, which I don't. It's some kind of whale. I mean, I'm not a biologist, but they tell me it's pretty much gone. But we're gonna use this. We need to buy a new flag with the whale on it. But so we're gonna sell little kisses to each other. I mean, this is the kind of thing. How does the American economy work? That's what. Honestly, is this an allegory for the economy? For we're all just in a service economy now. And I get economics are abstracted, and capitalism allows for scale and division of labor, and not everyone has to farm their own shit. And I get it, and it's international. But if we're all just servicing each other, what are we giving to what are we giving to anyone else besides missiles? I mean, the missiles are a lot. We're spending a lot of money on it. But it's this kind of thing where hey, if we're just selling kisses to each other, little kisses, how are we making money? And you find out some horrible thing well, this one girl, we got actually a big influx because who gave her that money? And it's and that's immediately inappropriate. And then it's kind of a thing, that's when you find out, how are we making money in America? Oh, yeah, well, we just gave, Syrian, rebels massive amounts of arms while also opposing them and funding ISIS and we did 9/11 and go, oh, that's horrible. That's how we're able to survive. This is horrific. This is just like that movie Kissing Booth. We should have learned from Kissing Booth that we shouldn't have. We should have questioned why we're able to all be in the service economy. So I don't know. I mean, we historically don't seem to learn our lessons. It's hard to learn from. I mean, those who don't do history repeat it themselves. And it's why would that? It seems pretty intuitive. Why would you even have to have a saying about that? Because it isn't intuitive. Because we keep making Kissing Booth movies over and over. So the point is, we need to hold content by hostage now, and just you can't just be a fan of something. You have to be a monetized fan. Sign up for my Patreon, and I mean that. Sign up for my Patreon. And if you don't want to do the $5 for an extra episode it's every week, and you're getting a great episode, and it's just fucking content, more content. You love it. It's not bad. If it was bad, it wouldn't work. It's good. And if you don't want that, you give me donate $1. Maybe I'll make a tier. I'll make a tier for $1. You can give me $1. You can be a part of it. You just want to be a part of it, don't you? You want to be a part of this thing that's Kump. You're a Kump boy, or Kump girl, or Kump, non-binary, which is fine. It doesn't matter. It's honestly, why does it matter if you're a boy or a girl or whatever? None of it's all horse shit. Or it's not. It's horseshit because I don't care. Because I don't have to. But if you've been told you can't be what you want, then you care. So it's one man's thing that he don't care about. The person's, it's the whole thing. Because you take something away from someone, then it becomes very important. I don't know how psychology works. The point is, we need to hold content by the balls. I mean, these OnlyFans stuff. Look, should people have to, be on OnlyFans and sell? Like, they're not porn stars per se. I don't understand it myself. I like porn. I like not the transactional element. They're good. That's my thing with porn. I don't. Here's what I don't understand. Because occasionally I like the amateur stuff. It's fine. But like something fun, like a whimsical, like the Bang Bus. Where they they pretend to find a woman who's walking down the street. Hey, what are you doing? You need a ride? And they're going forever. It's not like I watch whole episodes all the time, but I used to watch porn. And there was a time in the 2000s where when the internet got good quality, and there seemed to be a weird fusion of these people say sometimes porn used to have stories, but the stories are horseshit probably, and they weren't fun to watch. But there was a level of with this mid 2000s porn that's still kind of somewhat prevalent. That there'd be a kind of understanding. Well, no, this is a porn star, but she's pretending not to be. But it's also but she's pretending not to be in the process of her character as someone who knows she's being filmed for porn. It's very meta. I mean, it's very abstract if you think about it. But the nice thing is that someone's still operating the camera and they know where to put it and to make the fucking when someone's getting fucked. It's like the angle with the ass and the slapping. It's just it's prime. They don't have, but when you watch these, amateur, these cams, these webcam things, I don't know. There's something, it's like when you watch a movie, it doesn't have any cuts in it. It's like that movie that Sam Mendes made, 1911 or 1914, 1917, came out this year or last year, about World War One. Sam Mendes makes some good movies, and Roger Deakins shot it. He's a great cinematographer. I thought the movie, even though it actually wasn't filmed in one take, but they kind of had to shoot it in a way where it was all one continuous take, and everyone's marveling at it. And I watched it. I'm going and my takeaway was there's a reason films have cuts, right? There's a reason we have different angles because the limitations look, I can envision possibly. There's movies like Rope, which Hitchcock did back in the day, where he hit the same thing, he hid the cuts. So it felt like one long movie. And I don't usually love Hitchcock. It was one of his better movies. Still probably isn't that. I think the gimmick is outweighed by the fact that, I want to just cut in on the guy and see his reaction. Well, that's not realistic. Yeah, but I'm not watching this. I'm not watching porn for the. I don't want. You feel like you're in the room. So I feel like I'm in a room with someone, and they're just I'm dressed, and they're not, and they're just kind of asking me. That'd be a terrible. Honestly, the experience you get in a lot of these things would be terrible if it was real life. Like you're sitting there with a woman, can be very. Let's just say she's very beautiful, and she's in a weird negligee that isn't quite that. It's fine, and she's just kind of you're saying stuff. You're saying you're so fucking beautiful. You watch these chats. This is what happens in the chats. You're so fucking beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. Why don't you want a private show? And that's not human. That's not a way. Look, when I tell my mayonnaise girlfriend, when you tell yours, it's not me, it's your mayonnaise girlfriend. When you tell her she's your boo, she goes, I think you're great too, and you helped me carry mayonnaise at one time, and I wish your dad would let us have sex. There's a dialogue that happens, but these things when you're it's just these fucking sycophantic men who are too afraid to carry mayonnaise, who are too afraid to go out to Costco and just help someone, help a woman who seems sad. Now, the problem is a lot of these guys are, they're pretty far gone, and they'll end up helping some woman who doesn't need help. Some woman is with her husband or kids, let me get that mayonnaise for you. That's not for you. You have to learn boundaries, all right? You have to learn to feel things out and not just, impose yourself into a family. If these guys have their way, they'll just, they'll show up to dinner and be and they're at dinner eating, with the mayonnaise jar. They're the family will reluctantly, they'll be too nice. Let me help with that mayonnaise. And the guy doesn't want to be too toxically masculine, the dad. So he's hesitant. He's I don't want to say anything. I don't want to be, am I being a territorial guy? Am I being possessive of my wife by letting this guy walk up to my wife and children and carry jugs, industrial jugs of mayonnaise to our minivan? I probably shouldn't say no. That would be wrong with me. That would be toxic masculinity. So he lets it happen. And he goes, oh, this is great. Maybe I should come over for dinner with you and your family so I can try to, And he's pretty deliberate about it. I think now, like, I'd like to be, with, your wife. Or he says to the woman, I think I want to be with you. Like, well, this is bizarre. They're all too nice. And this is fine, but like, thank you. But no, well, we don't need the whole dialogue. He cut to, he's at dinner, and he's just there with your kids, and you're just sitting there going like, oh, when is this guy going to leave? And he just keeps bringing up the mayonnaise thing, going, remember when I helped you carry that mayonnaise? Oh, crazy times, huh? That's what, like, so you don't want to be that guy, is the point. But you need to kind of fucking meet people. You have to go out and get a hobby. I always tell you to get a hobby, and you meet someone at the hobby. You be a woodworker, and then you can go to woodworking expos, and you can meet a woman who's into woodworking, or just go to a fucking town fair. Now, COVID, I get it. But, once it's over, I mean, they might still happen, those stupid fairs. I used to go with my mom, these craft fairs. They'll be around like a lake, there's a little tiny lake in the Long Island in Babylon Town Hall, the town of Babylon. There was like used to have a little fair around there where like all these little craft people, she'd buy like little dolls and like, scarecrow dolls and whatever the fuck, weird Amish looking dolls. I don't know what to tell you. You'd be colored sand. That's where I got my too legit to quit card. Or was it like license to chill? My license to chill card, which was a Pepsi thing. There's a thing, Pepsi used to have a credit card that didn't actually work, but it was just your license to chill. It was a marketing thing. And I gotta tell you, as a little kid, it was the greatest thing in the world. Just the idea that I have this card as my credit card, oh my God, it's just some dumb, like, your mom tried, it's just a fucking advertisement. Shut up, you fucking bitch. It's not just an advertisement. This is the license to chill card, which I am licensed to chill. And you know why? Because I earned it. Because they had this is how you got your license to chill card. Is that you would have to sit down and do a taste test, and they'll give you a cup, unmarked, Coke and Pepsi, and you'd have to drink one of it and tell them which one was a Coke, which one was a Pepsi, and I got it right, and they gave me a card. And you would think, well, everyone's going to get it right. They want you to feel like Pepsi, because no one can tell the difference. They taste the same. And they know, it's a little different. I mean, people like that with pride tell you they can tell the difference between Coke and Pepsi. I drink them interchangeably. It's not like I couldn't tell you the difference, but it's like, whatever. It seems like a weird thing. I mean, even for me who drinks a ton of soda, it's a weird hill to die on. It's a weird point of pride to get fixated on the fact that I can tell which thing is rotting my teeth more. And it just tastes like caffeine. That's all it is to me. It just tastes like a bland. It tastes like I'm not drinking water, which I subconsciously want. It's like, oh, it's just cold. Anyway, point is, they give you the card. Now you would think they just give you the card, but I saw people not get it right and they didn't get a card, and then you have to go around the back. The point is, I love this fucking thing. They changed the next year to the gotta have it card. Which was the same thing with a little credit card. I think I forget. I think I had to just show them my license to chill card because I was already one of them, right? Point is, this is what happens at a little fair, and you can meet people at these fairs. Is my point. You can go and show you don't have to take part in the Pepsi challenge, but you can little woodworking stuff you do. You can you built a little table that your dad thought sucked. Your dad said, "This is why don't you fucking go back to school to be a fucking, osteopath or whatever horseshit he wants. He wants you to be, and you don't want that. You want to build tables." And he goes, you're not getting my room to fuck in, no matter what you do. But, I'm not supportive of your craft. But you still believe in it. And so you go to this fair and you're selling them for a reasonable price. But, hey, charge more. People love the fact when they can see that you made it, not IKEA, they like, this is another benefit. You get some money. But also, women will be like, oh, that's very nice. And again, not every woman. You don't want to have a tent with your woodworking stuff, and the woman comes up and goes, every time a woman says, this is very nice, go, would you like to have sex with me? I want to fuck you so hard. You're so beautiful. No, don't do that. But, maybe strike up a conversation. See if you can kind of find a mutual, maybe she's got a copy of Das Kapital, and you can talk about how you both want to overthrow private property, and how people don't really get how Marx is not just about the economics, but about reaching some kind of weird utopian thing, and just chat about that, and then you can fucking you can get the fucking later. The fucking always comes later, Unless, certain people got these fucking the beautiful bodies and the dicks and the pussies, they can fuck on demand. But it's not some. But that's the exception. So for most of us, it's great. You gotta fuck later. First, talk about marks, and then show your woodworking, and then you fuck later if she wants to. This is my point. So I'm saying is this is the thing with OnlyFans. You have these people who fucking but they don't do that. They don't take these steps to meet women or to learn to talk to them. So they get into a fucking situation where they're just like, I just want her to talk to me, and this is great. I love you, and it's like, it's fine. I mean, like these guys you need to marshal this because they're not gonna look. I could get in shape. You could learn to read, but we don't. So the point is, we don't know what we have to do, but we don't do it. So this guy could learn to not be some kind of maniac, but he's gonna keep being a maniac. So better he's got some kind of thing to do where he's giving you little digital tokens that he paid for, and and then you're showing him your tits, whatever. It's harmless. It's mostly harmless. But so I'm all for it, and then the economy's falling apart, so why not? But then Bella Thorne comes along, who I don't even know who this woman is, Bella Thorne. And it seems to be a common refrain. It seems like she's once famous, but when you start reading these tweets about what happened with OnlyFans, there's also a thing of enough people don't know who she is, where it's a somewhat common refrain. I mean, am I out of the loop? She's an actress of some sort. I'm going to move the mic. We're going to do this in real time because, at one point I remember looking it up. I didn't think I recognized anything. Can you see my head still? You got to make sure to see my head. It's not just this is a video podcast too, and it's very important. You won't smash that subscribe button unless you see my head. So we're going to look at Bella, because what happened is very interesting. So who is this fucking? So Bella Thorne, she was in The Duff, which is 2015. I don't know what the fuck that. She was in Blended. She was in Midnight, which is a movie with Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore, where they just take their fucking they both cut each other's arms, like one arm off each, and they grind it down. I mean, it's called Blended, but they get an industrial cement mixer. They mix their arms together and they drink it like it's cum. What else? Scream, the TV series. Measure of Revenge, The Masked Singer, Robot. She's in Robot Chicken. I guess she plays Jean Grey, the X-Men, and that. There's tons of things on here, and I've never. Alvin and Chipmunks, The Road Chip. Marvel Avengers Academy, the video game. So I mean, this is you can just be. There's a whole class of people out there who you would think she's a journeyman actor. I mean, it sounds ironic, but she's a person you wouldn't know who Bella Thorne is, I don't think. I mean, I can't recognize any of these movies, let alone who she played in them. But apparently, that's a weird disconnect between the adult entertainment world and the quote-unquote, legitimate artist world. Because, I know who, plenty of porn stars are. I would gladly, effortlessly name you. And they're great. They're really good at their job. I'm not going to rattle them off now. It just seems, I'm trying to be a classy guy. Not that it's not classy to watch porn, but it's a weird thing. Analyze the psychosis of it all if you want to. But the point is, she being part of this, she's in these horseshit things, and how many people are even watching? But she goes onto OnlyFans, and immediately the first day gets $1 million, and supposedly legitimate money. That's how much people want to see some random. I mean, the people in porn now are amazing. And it happened for a long time. I mean, the amateur thing is very common now, but you could see some of the most beautiful and fucking sickeningly hot, but also kind of not attainable, but down to girl next door, whatever you want to call it, shit, and stunning people. People are hotter than Marilyn Monroe, hotter than fucking Rita Hayworth. It's crazy. It's almost what is going on in the world where it's shouldn't these people at least be able to marry a rich guy? I mean, not that you should have to, but I mean. You think they would get married by fucking crazy rich billionaires and from around the world, but they're just in porn. You can watch them. But for some reason, the girl who plays the friend in some show you watched on Netflix about a family trying to scam do slip and fall scams in a Wendy's or whatever, in a Walmart, and they just go around doing slip and fall. And honestly, this show sounds so much better than most of the things out there. I should make this show. But whatever. The girl who plays like the cashier, who like hate, like she always comes to nose them. And it's not a big part, but like to see her naked apparently is some kind of great thing. It's like it's an insane thing. It has to do with some kind of like this must be a crazy programming they do, because who cares? She's nowhere near as like objective. I mean, everyone likes what they like, but I mean, like, if we're gonna go by objective, beauty standards or whatever, hot bods. I mean, there's a reason that the ass girls of Instagram do what they do, because they all got these asses and people like it, and you don't see. And sometimes guys like the girl with the weird asses inside out or whatever. But the point is, but predominantly it's the big ass with the small whatever. It's a thing. And so it's, don't tell me she's just my fucking, no, you like her because you live in this world where you watch weird Netflix shows like The Kissing Booth and the Slip and Fall show, and all of a sudden, and you want to see, and now you want to live in this world and have a little love, have a little love affair with the girl at the cashier at Walmart that you saw on the Slip and Fall show. It's that's what's going on. It must be, because who cares otherwise? Who gives a shit about? You look at her, she's fine. Why is this girl getting $1 million and the other people getting nothing? It's like, what are these girls? And honestly, what are these girls doing? They're showing you the tits. It's all about like, because I know she knew. If I look at Riley Reid, she's a porn star, of course. If I look at Riley Reid, she won't know who I am. You go to conventions and meet her too. It's a strange thing. They're selling you this like intimacy. But in a way, it's not all intimate. It's kind of like it's blatant. It's like when you go to a bad strip club. And I talked recently, I think, about going to New Orleans strip clubs, and like the women there were just, I don't know what it is. I mean, I don't know why the different factors, but like just much better at like making you just they dance better, I guess, and they just have this way of they don't have contempt for you. You go once in New York, sometimes they feel they have contempt for you, or whatever. I'm not looking for you to like not have contempt for me, but like whatever. It's an intangible thing. And that's what these things always feel like. It's just feel like, what are we doing here? The women, I have no disrespect for them. To me, I've never understood, like, buy a token and I'll take my pants. I'll show you my panties. If you pay $1, I'll show you my panties. If you pay $5, I'll fucking open my underwear drawer. You can see more. Like, it's like a fucking unending like thing of like and eventually. You can watch her like with a dildo, maybe? I don't know. But the point is, Bella Thorne got on here, and so she made $1 million the first day, and that was legitimate apparently. But then she did something where now it's like you can kind of there's also all sorts of features, I guess, and she did a thing where she basically put out to her OnlyFans people here's an extra thing, and it's like I think it was like $200 or was it $50? I forget. It might have been $50, but it was a nude picture. So like, if you want this nude picture, it's this much money. It's $50 maybe, and so a ton of people bought it, like a ton. Like I mean, a lot of people. Like I don't know what the numbers are, but and then it turned out she wasn't nude. It was a lingerie picture, which I don't look. It's commendable that like if you're coming onto OnlyFans as this supposedly famous woman. Your whole gimmick is like, I'm the girl from the background of the show that you sometimes saw your dad watching, and I'm a star. I'm gonna come on this, sex worker site, whatever you want to call it, and use my cachet as it is, and now I'm gonna like play scams with you. It's kind of cool on that level. Not cool, and we'll get to why it's not cool, but it's kind of fun that like she's a sociopath. She's just a maniac. She's just like, I'm gonna go on this fucking thing. All these fucking disgusting men tugging their pecs, pulling their puds, whatever, just shoving things in their ass while they watch me fucking dance. I'm gonna take them for a ride. And she's like sitting there with her boyfriend, her hot European Duke boyfriend who plays polo, and he's just he's got his fucking chest beat, and he's fucking watch me cuck these men. And she sends her a lingerie picture, and they lost their shit. But because people who do only you think, what's the big deal? But when you're living in the OnlyFans economy, and you're a buyer, that's like getting a brick in a stereo box. Yeah, that's no good. You really, and I mean honestly, it's like if you think about the kind of people who would, I don't know if it's the best idea for like the pool of men who are very active on OnlyFans to be like, look, am I slandering? I don't know, but like. Are these the people you really want, to give them ammunition to go, this bitch whore fucking she thinks she's better than me? She thinks she can fucking just play? I mean, I'm just imagining, like, the worst case scenario, like, immediately. So it seems like it's not a thing. But, she's brazen. And, but so OnlyFans, they had to give a refund policy. And, so they lost a ton of money because there's a transaction cost, credit cards and all that, which they had to eat. And, so I think they lost millions of dollars. So now all the legitimate people who were making their living, paying for their kids' medical bills, trying to raise enough money to get that arm back, that rotted arm back in that kid's body, or fucking, because they lowered here's what they did. They fucking lowered the amount you can get in a tip. You used to be able to tip up, as much as you wanted. Now it's capped at like $50. But some people are like, I sometimes, when I want to fucking sell someone a picture of me sucking dick, it's got to be 200 because, it's $50. Then they take their percentage as 40. And then it's fucking, the taxes like $30. $30 ain't enough for me to show you me sucking dick. That ain't enough. I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's a weird, it's a complex society. We have a lot of problems. I mean, who's to say what it's all very subjective, I guess. But I have no problem with someone saying, hey, if I'm going to show you me sucking dick, it's got to be more than 30. Because, $30 is like, on Seamless, it's like a sandwich and a bag of chips sometimes. I mean, I'm not even exaggerating. If you order the cheeseburger and fries and then maybe like an extra and a side of onion rings, I mean, that'd be $35. In some of these places, in New York at least. I don't know where you're going from. I'm just saying, things are expensive lately. Seamless has raised their prices. I don't want to get into that, but like, you're paying a lot for but you also want to keep these. I'm doing the right thing, keeping these restaurants alive. So it's a balancing act. But but so I don't blame her when she's like, I'm not going to show you me. So I mean, some people might not care. She cares, and like I gotta get more money, but they're capping that money. So it's a problem. It's a problem. We're living in the gig economy. We can't have Brad Pitt coming in and like, John Krafalowski, right? The CIA plant, Jim from The Office. He did. He had his show, right? He had a show where it was called Good News, I think, and he was in a suit. It was over, and they have a cardboard fucking desk or something. It's all very kitschy. Which is cute and it's fun. He's a fun guy. He's Jim. He does the pranks. I mean, I watch a lot of The Office over and over again. It's a weirdly calming show, which might be, it might be a CIA thing or fucking MK Ultra thing because everything else these guys are part of. I mean, look, he made the fucking movie with the monsters, the noise, which is good. It was like basically a movie of fucking Last of Us, but whatever. Quiet Place. But like he's Jack Ryan in the fucking Tom Clancy movies. He was in the Benghazi thing, the 13 Days movie. This guy always seems to play cops and CIA guys. He's just fucking, and these 13 Days. I mean, I didn't see. It seems like Zero Dark 30, but like they saw it and go, hey, is there any way we can make this more polar, like just more of a lot, like just because Zero Dark 30 at least it doesn't feel like we want to feel like propaganda. Like Zero Dark 30, going like, is this really what happened? It seems heightened and it's all lies, but it's like it doesn't feel enough like we're fucking you. So can we make a movie about Benghazi? Where I mean, I didn't even see. Does it cut back to Hillary just fucking every few minutes going like, "Why you keep calling me? I said let them die." And don't emails put them all. And then she go like some guys with an AOL shirt, like going like put them all on my personal BlackBerry. These emails. And it's all very. I mean, that's what it should be. Because people want it. People don't want subtlety. They don't want The Wire anymore. They don't want The Americans. They want a show with from the creators of Kissing Booth about starring Claire Danes featuring as a fourth lead Bella Thorne, but somehow she's still a star. And it's about just Hillary just fucking putting emails on, and then scolding Bill about fucking kids on Epstein's Island, but in the way that like Tim Taylor's wife on Home Improvement would like scold him for like working on his hot rod instead of cleaning the bathroom. That's what we're dealing with. That's the entertainment landscape. So the point is, but yeah, and this Tom Clancy movie he's in, or show, he's just like, I mean, the first season was like stupid, but like, whatever. But then like the promos are all like a nuclear Venezuela. You'll know in a mushroom cloud. Like, that's there's a level of like, what are you doing? There's like, it's one thing you can debate Venezuela and whatever the fuck about economics and this and that. This could be more of a fucking op or whatever you're going to call it. What's he doing? He's doing fucking. There's a term for that, but point is, but this is the guy who made the Good News show. Is my point. That's what Jim from The Office. That's the prank he's doing. He's like, I know a lot of you people have been spending years doing these YouTube shows. And and building up an audience, and we're gonna make content, and you tell people to smash, and if they like you, I'm gonna swoop in, I'm gonna fucking make a propaganda show. I have Steve Carell call in, I have probably Rainn Wilson who played Dwight, and probably Stanley calls it, and everyone's just like, and we're all just kissing and hugging, and we're just fucking smashing subscribe and loving it, and just putting some fucking rotted arm on Phyllis's kid's fucking putting on his back. We got more rotted arms than we know what to do with. We're just connecting them to fucking random children. This is great, and they sell it to fucking NBC or whatever, whoever. I think it was NBC. It doesn't matter. They sold it, and it's just a fuck you. It's like the gig economy. It's not enough for them. Brad Pitt can't. He can't let you be him. Like YouTube stars are making tons of money. You got the Paul brothers, and you got the fucking. They're running crazy in Hollywood, and good for them. But a guy like Brad Pitt was like, whoa. But what movies were you in? He's trying to protect that. Like I'm going after Bella Thorne because I don't know who she is. But maybe I'm part of the problem because maybe I'm being like Brad Pitt, where I'm trying to take and being like John Krafalowski. I'm trying to take all the money for that on their behalf. Like I'm not getting it. But the point is, what is the point? The point is smash the subscribe button. I mean, that really is the only point. Is just be part of. It is a strange world we're living in. It's very great. You're part of it now. You get to make the story. You get to make the until some random extra from who was on 2 episodes of Fringe. I was watching. We were watching Fringe with Lucy, and in the second season, first episode, like this kind of character comes in, and she looks kind of familiar, and whatever. I mean, I'd seen the show years ago, and I forgot about it. And then I realized that the credit, you see the credit, Meghan Markle. Oh, shit. Meghan Markle. And it's whatever. She's fine. I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is that's what this is like. It's like Meghan Markle. Oh, you were like that person I saw on Fringe 15 years ago, and then you're the princess, which is good. It's a lovely story. But, it seems like they're selecting people, like Bella Thorne. How, I don't know, who is the people who work for Disney, the Disney Kids Club. Britney Spears and fucking wasn't Aguilera also on, and Timberlake. They're all part of the kids club. They say they are. I watched that as a kid. I don't remember any of them. I don't remember anyone on it. But the point is, you told me that guy's gonna be a star. It's like, what? It's like, do you remember who used to be a star? Who was a star as a kid? Like Michael Jackson. Have you watched listened to the Jackson 5 recently and refresh your memory? Just your mind, me, I personally, I'm a guy who goes look, he had to be fucking doing stuff with these kids. I mean, I'm open minded, but I mean, no one. It's just I'm not gonna. But come on, I mean, I want to go into. I think I've talked about it before, but I have no. There's nothing about equivocating here. But you watch him, the Jackson 5, and you're in awe. I mean, if anyone was doing, but the fact that a kid could just have this much talent is just it's almost you almost believe in a higher power. It's this can't just be. I mean, I hear the abuse cases, whatever, but you look, plenty of kids get abused. They don't turn out. This doesn't come out when you beat your kids normally, So I don't know how to explain this. And that's what used to be. That used to be the fucking, the story. It was oh, that kid's going to be a star. But then you watch Justin Timberlake on this. I don't think anyone thought that. No offense, the guy's fine. He's a fine man. I don't mind Justin Timberlake. I don't mind Britney Spears. But, there's a certain, it's almost like pasteurized milk. And when you eat the raw cheese that, isn't been pasteurized, you get to really taste. Now, I went to one time, in my car, my disgusting car on Long Island, to a cheese shop. It was in, I think, Patchogue. It was a relatively new cheese shop. Growing up, there wasn't a lot of cheese shops around in Long Island, but there was kind of a trendy cheese shop, and I've heard about how raw milk and raw cheese, just the flavor is just it's like fundamentally different. So I go down and I show up, and my car is full of garbage, and I get out of the car and I go inside and I want raw milk cheese, and I think the only one they had was this blue cheese. Now, I don't think I like blue cheese, but but I need raw milk. So I fucking go. I buy it. It's $20. Look, you can spend $20 on cheese every time you buy cheese. Probably not. But the way I looked at it, it was like, this is an experience. I get to have an experience for $20. So I bought the cheese. And I go to my dirty car, full of garbage, Taco Bell wrappers, McDonald's, whatever, pizza boxes, and I start just biting this cheese, and it's disgusting to me. I mean, I see there's a boldness to the flavor, but it's gross. And I'm not sure what the analogy is here, but that's what we're avoiding. We're avoiding. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe we're getting to a point now where if we gave people a Jackson 5, they would be disgusted with that much talent. That when you show someone the depths of how great humanity can achieve, they just shut down. So maybe it's for and you won't want to live in your little YouTube hole. So don't question it. Just smash that like and subscribe button. Everything will be fine. You'll be with your mayonnaise girlfriend one day. One day she'll be your mayonnaise wife. You have mayonnaise kids, and your dad will never see them. You'll never let him see them because he tried to prevent them. He tried to prevent them from coming to the world. So, thank you very much. Yeah. So this is go on Patreon and sign up if you want to be part of it, part of the whole fucking thing. You get an extra episode a week, $5. If you don't want to do that, give me donate $1. That money will go to my teeth. I'll get new teeth. So that's nice, right? It's nice. Every Thursday you get a new episode, and I get new teeth. Right? What else do they fucking make you do? They make you subscribe, rate and review. Go on iTunes and rate and review. Tell everyone how great this is, and be salesmen for me. Tell them why I've changed your life. Tell them how you were going to do horrible things, but now you're not. I don't know, whatever it is, whatever comes to mind that you can, make people need. It's got to, because everyone out there is just it's a competition for who can be the guru, for who. It's no more like you're not just watching Alpha anymore. You're not just watching Harry and the Hendersons. It's who is your new, what's below a god but above a person? That guy. I'm a John the Baptist guy. And maybe I'll be Jesus one day. But that's what it is. So that's what I want you to convey in these reviews. And it's a rate and review. And Google AdSense. I don't know what that means. Carfax, but if you can put me on Carfax, you're a soldier in the Kump Army. Carfax. So it's great. So thanks so much for being a part of this. You're a crucial member. You know who I'm talking to right now. You know who you are. You matter. You matter. Okay. Have a good day.